Purpose of establishing the administrative code. Protection of people's rights. The purpose of the establishment of the administrative code is to provide protection for the right of the people based on individual right. Function of the administrative code. The state administrative code has the duty and authority to examine, decide, and resolve state administrative disputes. Next, consequences of PTUN decision. Content of the decision. The PTUN decision might annul or modify the challenge state administrative decision. Consequences. The consequences of a PTUN decision can be in the form of annulment of the state administrative decision, refund of cost, or compensation. Next. Administrative court evidence. The principle of free proof of judges. The judge determine what must be proven, the burden of proof, and the assessment of proof. Evidence in the state administrative court. Evidence that can be used in PTUN include letters or writing, expert testimony, witness testimony, convention of the parties, and the judge's knowledge. Next. Provisions that are unarithmetic that determine the power and acts of arbitrariness or will occur as ground for a do-not challenge, as ground for suit against the defendant. Next. Unarithmetic, that is a government action that is contrary to the law. In a limited way, UUAP makes above of authority a genus consisting of 3 different species, namely exceeding authority, mixing authority, and action and acting arbitrarily. Conceptually, the 3 terminologies of this action have a differentiation of barometers in their testing. First, regarding action exceeding authority. Second, regarding arbitrary action or will occur. Third, regarding acts of abuse of authority. Next. The tournament, the power is interpreted as an improper use of authority. A ruler can be considered to have committed an unlawful act because he violates the subjective right of others. One, the ruler commits an act that is based on civil legal relation and violates the provision of the law. Two, the ruler commits an act that is based on public law and violate the provision of the legal rules. Next. Theoretically, Cronenberg explains the chronology of 7 concepts regarding the issue of whether the state can be sued before a civil judge. 1. The concept of the state as an institution of power. 2. The concept that distinguishes the state as a ruler and the state as a fiscus. 3. The concept that emphasizes the criteria for the nature of right. 4. The concept that emphasizes the criterion of the legal interest that is violated. 5. Concept based on full X. 6. A concept that separates function and the performance of function. 7. The concept that puts forward a basic assumption that the state and its instrument are obligated in their action. Thank you.
Thank you, Tihani. The next material will be Defread by Intan. Intan is welcome.
Thank you, moderator. Dispute resolution drug, state administrative court, and administrative remedies. A. Dispute resolution drug, the state administrative court. Number 1. Authority of the state administrative court. The state administrative court is a judicial institution authorized to examine and resolve state administrative dispute. And then, state administrative court is based on Article 24 of the 1945 Constitution, which states that citizens' rights can be protected through the court. Then, state administrative court has the authority to cover validity, testing, objection, and appeals against the decisions made by state administrative officials. Number 2, lawsuit procedure. Aggrieved parties must be first take administrative remedies. Requirements for a lawsuit to the administrative court. 1. The existence of a state administrative decision issued by a state administrative official, and the existence of legal losses experienced by the aggrieved party. 2. The existence of administrative effort that have been taken. The process of filing a lawsuit to the administrative court include several steps. Number 1, filing a lawsuit. Submitting a lawsuit to the administrative court by attaching relevant documents. Number 2, dispute examination. The administrative court conducts a dispute examination to determine the validity of an objection to the state administrative decision. Number 3, trial. The relevant parties participate in the court proceeding. Number 4, decision. The administrative court issue a ruling on the validity of an objection to the state administrative decision. B. Dispute resolution through administrative measures. Law number 13 of 2014 concerning government administrative remedies are mandatory and must be taken first before filing a lawsuit to the administrative court. If administrative efforts are not taken, then a lawsuit to the state administrative court cannot be filed. Administrative procedures. 1. Objection. File an objection directly to the agency who issue the decisions. Number 2, administrative appeal. If the objection is rejected, the aggrieved party may file an administrative appeal to the superior body authorized to resolve objection. Back to moderator.
Thank you, Intan. The next material will be the thread by Ilmi. Ilmi is welcome.
Okay. Content of judgment accept, dismiss, reject. Consequence of judgment. Next. A. Content of judgment. Court decision can be A. Reject the lawsuit if after examining the plaintiff's claim is not proven. B. The lawsuit is granted, meaning is examination can be proven that the dispute state administrative decree violates the law. Next. Consequence is dictation. 1. Revocation of judgment. 2. Indemnification and compensation. Obligation to pay compensation if the compensation the party affected by the decision that is declared void. 3. Forced measure. Payment of forced money and administrative sanction. For announcement is in mass media. Officials who do not implement court decision will be announcement in the local print mass media by the register. If these provisions are not met. Next. State administrative court evidence. Next. A. Evidence in the state administrative court. In the evidentiary process, it begins with determining the extent of evidence. This means that judges first determine what facts are relevant to the final decision for the final decision letter. Next. B. Types or fact in PTUN evidence. 1. Legal fact. Legal fact are event or circumstance whose existence depends on the application of regulation. 2. Ordinary fact or blunt faith. Ordinary fact are event circumstances that all contribute to the extent of certain legal fact, determine the existence of certain legal fact. Next. Next. See. Evidence used in PTUN, namely 1. Letter on or write as evidence consists. 2. Express testimony is the opinion of a person give under oath in court about things he know according to this explained and knowledge. 3. Witness testimony is considered as evidence if the testimony relate to things experienced, see and hear by witness himself. For confession of the parties to the dispute. 6. Circumstances that are already known by the public do not need to be proven. Next. The fact that can be the basis of the judge's consideration in rendering his decision that do not need to be proven, namely 1. Things that according to general experience always happen. 2. Processual fact that occur during the examination. 3. Legal existence. E. Evidentiary model at the state administrative court. The formal truth refer to the object of the dispute, namely the official decision that harms the parties and pays attention to the material truth. Next. I return to the moderator.
Thank you, Ilmi. Thank you all for your time and attention. We hope the information we start can inspire and benefit you. See you at the next opportunity. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.